Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we bring you in-depth political commentary and the latest developments shaping South Africa's future. If you're new here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an important update. Now, let's get into today's story, which takes us deep into the heart of KwaZulu-Natal, where the ANC Youth League is once again facing serious internal turmoil. Chaos has erupted at the ANC Youth League's elective conference in the Harry Gwala region, held in the small but politically significant town of Kokstad. For those unfamiliar, Kokstad is not just another rural town, it holds symbolic weight because it's the home turf of Bheki Mtolo, a major political figure and former ANC provincial secretary. This elective conference, which was supposed to be a straightforward exercise in internal democracy, has instead turned into a battleground for rival factions within the Youth League. Tensions have been running extremely high, with reports of fierce disputes over delegate credentials, allegations of vote rigging, and even accusations that the entire process is being manipulated by competing camps determined to secure dominance ahead of critical upcoming elections. And make no mistake, the stakes are incredibly high. Whoever wins control of the Harry Gwala Youth League will gain significant influence ahead of the ANC's provincial conference. And that matters because it's widely believed that Bheki Mtolo is eyeing a political comeback. His allies are desperate to ensure that the structures are packed with loyalists, while his opponents are doing everything in their power to stop him. This isn't just a local skirmish. It's a reflection of the deep, often brutal power struggles that are currently playing out across the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, and even nationally. The Youth League, historically seen as the ANC's kingmakers, has often served as a critical breeding ground for future leaders. But lately, it has been marred by infighting, factionalism, and disillusionment among its young members. The scenes coming out of Kokstad are chaotic. Reports describe heated exchanges between delegates, walkouts, shouting matches, and long delays as disputes over delegate verification processes drag the conference into disarray. In some cases, there have even been threats of physical confrontations, underscoring just how volatile the situation has become. Supporters of Bheki Mtolo argue that he is a seasoned leader, someone who understands the ANC's traditions and who can bring much-needed stability back to a fractured party. They believe he has the political skill and grassroots support to help the ANC reconnect with its base, especially in KwaZulu-Natal where the party has been bleeding support. However, Mtolo's opponents are deeply skeptical. They see him as a symbol of the old guard, a figure associated with internal power brokering and factionalism. For them, Mtolo's comeback represents a threat to newer, younger leaders who are trying to build a different kind of ANC, one that is more inclusive, transparent, and accountable. The infighting raises serious concerns about the ANC Youth League's ability to unite around common goals at a time when the party desperately needs fresh energy to win over younger voters. With national elections on the horizon and the ANC facing declining support among the youth, the very future of the party may depend on whether it can sort out these internal conflicts. The national leadership of the ANC has been urged to step in to ensure that the process in Harry Gwala is fair, credible, and legitimate. So far, however, there's little indication that their intervention has calmed tensions. If anything, the situation appears to be escalating, with each side accusing the other of dirty tricks and underhanded tactics. And let's not underestimate how dangerous this instability can be. KwaZulu-Natal has long been a hotspot for political violence, especially during periods of leadership contests. If the disputes in Kokstad aren't managed carefully, there's a real risk of tension spilling over into broader unrest, potentially endangering not just party unity, but public safety. Observers are warning that prolonged instability in the ANC Youth League could have ripple effects that reach far beyond the Harry Gwala region. If the Youth League remains divided and demoralized, it will weaken the ANC's organizational strength heading into the 2024 national elections. At a time when the party is already under pressure from opposition parties like the DA, EFF, and new formations such as Jacob Zuma's MK Party, every regional loss of cohesion matters. Moreover, the situation raises larger questions about the state of internal democracy within the ANC itself. Is the party still capable of running free and fair internal elections? Or have factional interests corrupted the process so badly that outcomes are now determined by who can mobilize the most chaos? Sadly, the ANC Youth League has been struggling with these questions for years. Once the proud voice of radical young activists, the Youth League today is often seen as little more than a training ground for factional warfare. The passion and idealism that once defined its leaders, from Nelson Mandela to Julius Malema, now seem a distant memory. Meanwhile, ordinary young South Africans, the millions facing unemployment, poverty, and lack of opportunity, are increasingly looking elsewhere for leadership. Many no longer believe that the ANC Youth League speaks for them. And if the events in Kokstad are anything to go by, it's hard to blame them. As the conference continues, all eyes will be on whether delegates can somehow overcome their differences, hold credible elections, and restore some measure of unity. But with both sides deeply entrenched, and trust in short supply, the odds are not looking good. If the chaos deepens, the repercussions could be long-lasting, not just for the Youth League, but for the ANC's fortunes in KwaZulu-Natal and nationally. In a province where the ANC once reigned supreme, it now faces a rising tide of disillusionment and division. And unless leaders like Bheki Mtolo, and those who oppose him, can find a way to breach the gap, the ANC may find itself losing yet another generation of voters. So, what happens next? Much will depend on whether the ANC's national leadership has the will, and the capacity, to step in decisively. If they allow the Youth League to implode, it will not just be a loss for Harry Gwala, or for KwaZulu-Natal. It will be another serious blow to the credibility of the ANC across the country. And South Africans are watching. Young voters, in particular, are paying attention. They are looking to see whether the ANC can still offer real leadership, or whether it's become too consumed by its own internal battles to care. And that's where we'll leave it for today. What do you think about the chaos erupting in the ANC Youth League conference in Kokstad? Is this just normal internal competition, or a sign of a much deeper crisis within the ruling party? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you're always first in line for our latest updates on South African politics. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.